We are off to Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam, and it's travel day. Hi, Michelle here from Travelling Over 60. Come join me on this adventure. Okay, we're off to Vietnam and Cambodia for 21 days. But first we have to do that long flight, and we have a stopover in Singapore. Now we're flying on Singapore Airlines, and of course it's a long flight, so that makes for a long video. So grab a cuppa and let's go. And so it begins. Now we have an early flight tomorrow morning, so the car service took us the day before to stay the night at Ridges Hotel. Now we stayed in room 801 and I've done a separate video on that. I'll link it at the end so you can watch it. Now this is out our room window showing you where departures is. We just came outside, we walked down here and check-in is right here. We made our way upstairs to departures. They have a lift and escalators up here. Let's have a look. Okay, here we are again. So we've come in up the lift. Here's the board. Let's have a look. We're off to Singapore first. And we're in gate E. So turning this way. Right here. There's gate E. And we're going to line up. Premium economy again. So priority boarding. And once the gates are open, they have separate lines for each class. Okay, that was really easy. No machines, we just came straight in, went straight over to the counter. They did all the work for us, put all our tags on, and now we're about to go through. Let me show you. We're about to go through to the other side. Through security, fingers crossed. Okay, we came through security. We've come to the end, and now we're going to walk and look for somewhere to have breakfast. We're going to look for somewhere different this time, and we're in gate 59. So maybe wherever gate 59 is has a cafe. We'll keep looking. So gate 59, normally we go straight ahead when we find somewhere. Gate 59, we're going to walk off to the right down here. As you can see on the ground, it's flat. 50 to 63. It's this way. We have been down this way before and we do know that there's cafes down here, just not sure what they serve. And we're just walking straight along here. And so far nothing. Still lots of shops are closed. It's about 5 o'clock in the morning. Okay, there's a little cafe there. Selling like sandwiches, croissants, bits and pieces, cakes. We're going to keep going. Let's see what's up further. And just to show you too, there is walkways. You can take a ride on them if you want. Stand or walk. But we're just walking up the pathway. Here's good old McDonald's. They're open. Again, we're going to keep going. Go round to the left here, and there's a ramp in front of us, but it's all flat ground still. Bathroom's just up ahead on the left, and the house, which is one of the lounges here, and we're going to keep walking further on. Bathroom. I just want to show you there's a water filling station there. So you can't bring water through, but if you have an empty water bottle, you can fill it there. Some shops are open here. If you want snacks or magazines or things like that. This is what we were looking for. We're going to look for a cafe to try and get some breakfast of some sort. Or we'll end up back at Macca's. those of you that aren't Australian, that's what we say in Australia for McDonald's. If you're from somewhere else other than Australia and you say Macca's, let me know in the comments below. Okay, we went into the Peroni to have breakfast. They have a menu out the front, but you can't get all the things on the menu. So don't get your heart set on something off that menu. It may not be available. So we ended up with just a croissant and scrambled eggs. That's all that was available. Okay, we finished in the Peroni and we're going to make our way around to the gate. So just heading down here, as you can see, the ground is still all level, no problems there. Okay, we made it and there's plenty of seating. You can see here, 59 has its own separate seating, but you could overflow to the others if you need to, and down there. Time to line up, and we have priority boarding. Now well, that was a bit tricky. It wouldn't accept my boarding pass, but we're making our way down to the plane now. Well, that didn't help with my anxieties, but off we go. Easy walking. Now, to save you time, I'm going to speed some of this video up. This way. I wish. Nearly went down with first class and business class. I wish. Maybe one day flying business class is on my bucket list. Okay, we've nearly made it. Now we know where our seats are. We're at the back of Premium Economy in the middle. No. Hello.
Where you're seated?
Yes, I think we're the back.
Good morning. Thank you.
Thank you.
Right, yeah?
Yes. Yes. Of course we have to walk past all the business class seats. I'm sure they do this for a reason. Next flight, maybe we'll have business class seats. Fingers crossed. Now I'm trying to show you a little bit of business class, but it's really hard. There was a lot of people already seated, but that's a sneak peek. Now we're up to the Premium Economy. You might be able to see how much legroom they have there at the bulkhead area. Hello. But that's not for us this flight. 34? Yeah. That's us. Thank you. Okay, we're here, and I'm going to be in the middle. Plenty of legroom. A little foot. Put your feet on. Hubby's got plenty of room. There. A blanket. The pillow's nice and big. Headphones. Decent ones. That'll be good. And mendicate we get slippers. And eye mask. Lip balm. Okay, some comments on the seat. Now, because we didn't have long to go when we booked, we ended up with these two seats. I did not like them at all. We normally have a window seat, and I always hope for it to be just two people there. Now, you know what it's like when you're in the middle seat. You're always fighting over that armrest. But I also couldn't do any videoing because it was really hard to get the angles with somebody sitting so close to me. And I sort of felt like the crew had forgotten about us back here. When they got to us with the meals, they'd also run out of our choice. I can't believe it in Premium Economy, but next time we'll be booking our meal before we travel. My one last comment is I felt like the staff wasn't very friendly. Each time I asked for something, they were very huffy at going and getting whatever it was for me. And I shouldn't feel like that when we're paying good money for seats. Okay, we're off. And while you're watching the map, I'll just tell you. When they came round to ask if everything was okay, I did say to them about my headphones. And then it took them 1 hour and 5 minutes to bring me a new set. So all I could really do was watch the map. Now, during that 1 hour, I did ask them again, but they still didn't bring them to me. They seemed very unhappy today, so I'm not sure what's going on. Now, we did get some meals and we did try to get some sleep, but finally we've arrived in Singapore. Hi, just popping in to remind you, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Have you subscribed? I hope so, and thank you. But if you haven't, subscribe to my channel. Let's keep going. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye. Don't forget to watch that step. Now this is where I start to get a bit nervous. Okay, we're off the plane. Now we've got to find where to go. Yeah, transfers. In front here I see a sign that says transfer. Thank you. The signs up there. Now there's toilets off to the right there and a moving walkway over to the left. But I find it best when I get off the plane to at least try and walk a little bit because my feet are usually very swollen. So I'm going to walk this one. Okay, more signs. And we're looking for signs for transfers. Now there's more toilets there on the right. Remember what I've said before. Hopefully you're following along all my videos. Don't use the first lot of toilets because they get packed. Walk along a bit until you find the next lot. Okay, here's a board here. We need to check which gate we're going to. Okay, Ho Chi Minh City, that's us there, gate 40. Now, we're not sure if we have to fill any paperwork out for entering their country, but we're going to wait till we get further down to where our gate is and we'll ask someone down there. Here's some more bathrooms and they do look really clean. You see there. And then some drink machines. And we're going to keep going. Well, there's plenty of bathrooms around. And this one has an accessible one. Now, if you're going to the other terminals, you have to go on that Sky train, but we're not. We're staying here. Transfer F. Okay. They also have plenty of water stations for you to fill up your bottle as well. Okay, we're still following Transfer F. Hang on a minute, what's this little thing coming up here? I think it's like a vacuum cleaner. Oh, how cute is this? Stops when someone walked in front of it. Look. Okay, we're still making our way up here, but I think we're going to have to turn to the right, just here where this garden is. Okay, another sign over here, and yes, we're going to be going down here. Now, as you can see, there's some shops around, and this is really lovely. The music is really peaceful. Okay, that's enough peace. We've still got to find gate 40. Now we're going to continue down here, following the signs. Now there's a whole lot of shops around here. I think I'll have to come back and explore, but we need to find our gate first. Oh, and look, this is a coffee place. Okay, we're going to keep going. Okay, another water station and another bathroom. There's plenty of both around. And there's a moving walkway there if you want to get on it now. It's been a long way. So far we've been walking about 8 minutes. And we're still walking. Sign up there says up to 5 minutes to get to these ones. Actually, I really like that they tell you how long you've got till you get to your gate. Now, just noticing there too, there's been seats all the way along. There's walkways all the way along there. So if you need to catch your breath, you could just get on this walkway and take a break. Just stop. All those poor people running, I've done that through an airport. Let me know in the comments, have you run through an airport? It's actually my fear when I see that you've only got an hour or an hour and a half to get to your next plane. Still going. Now we're lucky we have 3 hours here before our next flight, so I will go back and explore where that garden was. Okay, up here, round to the right, 33, we're getting closer. Okay, over here is F40. Now we still haven't found out if we have to do any paperwork, like a declaration to come into the country or leaving again to go to Ho Chi Minh City. Oh wait, it looks like hubby's found something. Let's have a look over here. Okay, there's a sign. And that doesn't help us any. Whew, F40. Okay, let's have a look here. Okay, that's not our flight, but it's an earlier one. Okay, we've made it to F40 where we've got to go. Now, we think we have to go through there. We don't think we have to do a declaration, but we're just trying to find out some information, and we can't go through yet because it's boarded off. Our flight's not ready just yet. Okay, now, we couldn't find an information desk as such. They have little iPads, it looks like, where you go and you can get information there, but we kept going and found someone. We asked if we need to fill out a declaration to get on the next flight. We've entered into Singapore and to leave the country going into Saigon, but we've heard from other passengers, no, we don't have to, because we haven't actually entered Singapore yet. So because we're still in the airport, it's not counted. So I'm not sure if that's correct information, but when it's time for us to go through, I will ask. Okay, we know where the gate is now, so I'm going to explore the airport. So I'm heading back to where that garden was, where I showed you the fish. I'm going to explore a little bit around here, but I'm only going to give you a sneak peek. Let's look. Okay, here we are back at that little garden section. So we got off the plane. We came down that little corridor behind me and we walked down and I showed you this little garden section, which is absolutely beautiful. And then we walked down to where gate 40 was. Now that took approximately 10 minutes, but the airport here is huge. From this little garden area, you can pretty much walk to all sorts of shops and things. Let me show you. So here's that little tree area, garden area. You can see the plants up above. Look up here, the roof. But from here, I'm going to show you. If you come down this way, now we followed the signs and we went round there. But if you walk this way, there is heaps of duty-free shops and food shops and more gates. There's the train that takes you around to see the big garden in the centre of the airport. But we haven't done that, so I don't know any information on that. And down a bit further, there is another garden just like the one I was at. Here's some photos of it. Absolutely beautiful. They were rotating the orchids while we were standing there, and the ones that were there were perfectly fine. But anyway, so I'm going to leave the airport for you to discover for yourself. But it's huge. I'm just showing you here. Again, there's that garden section. Looking at it there for bearings. Down that corridor there's where our plane came in from Australia. And over here, ATMs. Hundreds of toilets everywhere. Okay. Now we have a few hours before we get on our next flight, and we're going to look for a place to get maybe a coffee and a cake or something like that. Okay, we walked down to this place called Duncan, and it's like a donut coffee place. But we came here so we can sit and just look out the window at something. Okay, we filled in some time there, and we're going to make our way back to the gate because it won't be long and we'll be getting on our next flight to Ho Chi Minh City. Quick check to see if our bags are with us, and they are, and hopefully they make it on this next flight. We are right up the back of the plane. No. Now for this flight, there's no premium economy for us. We're back in economy. And we're all the way to the back of the plane. Not quite the very back, but nearly. Thank you. $61 and we're $71. Okay, we're all the way at the back in economy this time. We haven't flown economy for a long time. And it's not too bad. I've got plenty of room. How's the leg room there? Not too bad. We've got a window seat and an aisle seat in the hope that nobody sits in between. Seat configuration is 3, 3 and 3. Okay, we've taken off from Singapore and we're heading to Ho Chi Minh City. It's been a long day of travel and we are just going to chill until we arrive. And finally, here's our first glimpse of Vietnam. Now, it's been a long flight and we have someone to fast track us through the airport. Now finally we've landed, but we ran 1 hour late, so I'm hoping there's someone here to pick us up. Oh, I'm feeling very anxious. Bye.
Bye, take it. See you.
Bye.
Pleasant evening. Bye-bye.
Now we're meant to be picked up and fast-tracked through customs. I'm not sure because we've just run 1 hour late. Soon find out. Now being fast-tracked through the airport was part of our trip. It's something I think you can pay extra for, but we didn't have to. It was all included. Now, as much as we know that we're getting this fast track, we don't know exactly where that person will pick us up. We don't know how far we have to walk. We don't know the way to where we're going, but we're just going to keep walking and follow the people in front. Only problem is, we don't know who we're looking for, but I'm sure he'll have an APT sign. Follow the people in front. It's a walkway. And I'm not sure how far we have to walk. Now my feet are really swollen after all the travel, and it is best if you can try and walk a bit to get some movement and the blood flowing. That's what I'm doing. Of course not this fast. Now up here on the left there is another bathroom. But remember what I say, don't choose that first one if you can help it. Go to the next one. Oh no, I'm glad I'm not using the moving walkway. Broken. Well, that's a hazard. Yeah, just up here soon. I think this is where we'll get picked up and look for our name. APT sign I can see. Hello, hello. Now, once we were met, we stepped through this barricade. We had a separate line that we went and lined up at. We went straight through customs and into the car and off to the hotel. And that's why it's called Fast Track. Now, getting to the hotel was a whole nother story. There was a special event on, and it took us 2 hours from the airport to the hotel on a trip that would normally take half an hour. So after a long day of travel, we've checked into our hotel, our room 744, but they'll both be in another video coming up. And after that, we do some shopping at the markets. So if you don't want to miss anything, let me remind you what to do. Have you subscribed to my channel? If you have, I really appreciate it. Like I've said before, I don't get anything out of this. I'm not paid to do this. I just want to help out people that were feeling anxious like I am when I travel. I just want to give the information across so that you feel comfortable. So the way that you can help me out and all the other people that might be watching is by subscribing to my channel and giving me a thumbs up on each video, and then YouTube will put it out to more people. Thank you so much if you're supporting me, and if you're not subscribed already, please think about subscribing to my channel.